Hey y'all, welcome to Kamira's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make a delicious mile high sour cream pound cake from the scratch. Now I am going to be doing like a 5 flavor pound cake edition. I know y'all see there's 6 up here, okay, but I'm going to tell you which one is optional. So it's really, it's really a 5 flavor situation, okay? So guys, these are all of my ingredients. This is a real pound cake, pound of butter, pound of sour cream, okay? 4 cups of sugar, 4 cups of flour. Baby, this one right here is a big old boy. All right. So guys, I am using White Lily light baking all-purpose flour. Now this flour is a bit lighter than your traditional all-purpose flour. So I am going to be using 4.5 cups of the flour. I think it's best to weigh it. This flour weighs 510 grams for 4.5 cups. If you want to use all-purpose flour, I suggest maybe going down a little bit, maybe to 4.4 cups of flour, okay, because it's going to be heavier. To this mixture, I'm adding a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of baking powder. I'm going to sift this until it is light and fluffy. Make sure you get everything in there, okay, even whatever's in the sieve, because we need all of that, okay? For a mile high pound cake, you have to use a big old boy bundt pan, not the little 10 and little 12 starter packs, baby. You need to go with a 18-cup bundt pan, and I'm going to link this one in the description. Now, I know they say they're non-stick, but do I trust that? You think I'm going to risk my pound cake sticking to this? Absolutely not. So I'm going to use some Crisco, go over the pan, and I like to use sugar instead of flour to stick to the grease. I just feel like it gives a prettier coating. And I'm going to start with the nozzle and then just work it all the way around and then dump out any excess. Now this is a 1.75 cups of sour cream. We're going to use this as sort of our dairy, our fat, and into this I'm going to mix my extracts. I'm going to add a tablespoon of vanilla, 2 teaspoons of cake batter extract. Now this is the one that's optional. I'm using butter vanilla and I'm going to use a tablespoon of that. If you don't have this, just use 2 tablespoons of your vanilla extract, but I like the buttery flavor this adds. I'm going to put in a teaspoon of lemon extract, a teaspoon of rum extract, and only a half a teaspoon of almond. Almond is strong, and so you don't want it to overpower your other flavors. But doing the extracts in these proportions should make a flavor that is a nice and harmonized, very delicious in a 5 flavor pound cake. Now I'm going to add in 3 sticks of unsalted butter. They have been softened at room temperature, and a half of a cup of butter flavor shortening. Now I don't want to hear nothing about how shortening is bad for you. We are making pound cake, okay? That's already unhealthy. All right, so let's not even go there. Now I'm going to beat the butter until it's creamed a bit, and then I'm going to add in my 4 cups of sugar, and I'm going to beat this on the highest setting for 6 to 7 minutes until the butter and the sugar are nice and fluffy. They should be pale, and it should look very creamed. This step is essential to the leavening of the pound cake, so definitely make sure you take this seriously. Now I got 8 eggs. I know they call this a mile high pound cake, but baby, they need to call this a millionaire pound cake with how many eggs is in this thing. I'm going to be adding 1 egg, or at least I'm going to try to add 1 egg at a time, and I'm going to just mix it until it's beaten and incorporated fully, and then add my next one. Now, of course, you should stop and scrape down your bowl whenever you need to. Now I'm going to be alternating between the flour mixture and the sour cream. There's no measurements here, honey, okay? I just add about 1/3 of the flour, then 1/3 of the sour cream, and I alternate. What's important to note is that my beater is on the lowest setting. You do not want to overbeat. If you overbeat, then your pound cake can come out gummy or tough. And in fact, I don't even beat this until the flour is fully incorporated. I just let it go until it's mostly incorporated. You see there's a bunch of flour on the rim, there's some on the top, and then I just like to stir in the rest by hand because I do not want to risk overbeating my pound cake, especially with all these ingredients. I want the best result. Now, I want you guys to let me know in the comments, Tell me, what is your favorite pound cake flavor? Have you ever made a mile high pound cake before? And if this recipe is looking good to you, go ahead and drop a heart. Now, y'all, I'm going to add all of my batter into my bundt pan. Make sure you evenly distribute it because this is a thick batter. But when I tell y'all this batter tasted so delicioso, okay, the child in me just thought back to when I was a kid and I was just licking the spatula after my mama made a pound cake. It's giving that classic southern flavor. Oh my goodness. Now, guys, I'm going to beat down this pan. Just tap it 1 or 2 times to make sure there's no air bubbles. And I have preheated my oven to 300 degrees. We are going to bake this girl low and slow so that we get the most beautiful, consistent rise and so that we get a nice, beautiful golden crust. I don't like to crank this up to 325 just because I feel like I get a nicer crust and a nicer crumb. I'm going to allow this to bake until a toothpick inserted comes out clean. Now, for me, that was at about 1 hour and 40 minutes. I think it could take anywhere from 1 hour 40 to 1 hour 50, depending on how hot your oven is. Also, the materials your pan is made out of. You just want to check. You do not want to over bake a pound cake. That is one of the reasons why a lot of people pound cakes come out really dry. They just let it stay in there too long and it over bakes, okay? But this one is very moist. After I let it sit in the pan for 10 minutes, I added my plate and I flipped it out. And I started to allow this to cool. In fact, I let it cool overnight. Now, you can serve this as a plain pound cake if you want. But me, baby, I glaze my pound cakes. I just feel like it finishes them and it makes them look lovely. So I'm going to use 2 cups of powdered sugar. And to this, I'm adding an unknown amount of half and half. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, okay? I think it's about 1/4 of a cup. But if I'm being truly honest with you, I just measured with that spoon that you see in my hand. What you want to do is add enough until it is the consistency that you want. If you want your glaze to really stick to the outside of the pound cake and look opaque, add less milk. If you want it to seep in a bit and be thin, add more milk. I'm also going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla and 1/4 of a teaspoon of almond. The almond is optional, but I like the flavor. I feel like it gives it that bakery style flavor. It is the next day. Your girl has discipline because I know that pound cakes taste the best when they sit overnight. Okay. In fact, some of them even taste better after 2 days. I'm going to glaze this pound cake really evenly. Does this not look lovely? I feel like this is the perfect pound cake for Christmas or any other festive event or just when you want some pound cake. Okay, do you have to have a reason to make a delicious cake? I don't think so. All right, so y'all, I'm going to cut me a slice and I just want y'all to see inside of this. This pound cake is super moist. Sour cream pound cake is literally one of my favorite pound cakes. And with the 5 flavors, it is just bursting with flavor. There's a nice crunchy bottom. You guys let me know if you are going to make this. I'll see you next time in Kamira's Kitchen. Goodbye and God bless.